Hey, welcome back to the Chammy, the only channel on YouTube where you can get a mostly professional tarot card reading from a haunted house in a creepy graveyard. Tonight's special is the buy one get one free. Everything you need to know is in the description. Just check out the pinned comment. I'm going to put a pinned comment in now. And I'm going to do a free collective message. If you'd like to buy a reading, all readings start at $5. And it's buy one, get one free. Hey Tiffany, how are you, sweetheart? Merry Christmas. I just noticed that you were in chat. I just opened the chat actually. I cannot see the chat on the iPad. Yeah, I don't think I could go back into like doing Uber Eats or DoorDash and delivering food like that. I don't think I could do it again. You know, trigger warning. It might be a little different, like actually going to a market, picking up groceries for someone and delivering, but I'd have to have the car for that. You've been writing this whole time? Like, what do you mean? You've been typing to me? Because the only thing I've gotten on the chat was just you saying hello until you just said, oh my god, no way, I've been writing this whole time. So maybe the things that you just said didn't go through in the chat and I just didn't see them at all because of that. And I'm going to fly away in these lashes. Someone got me some lashes for Christmas, so I decided to play with them. Because I can't use the glue-on lashes anymore, and I can't get lash extensions anymore because there's something wrong with my eyes. But I can use, the doctor said I can use the magnetic ones, so as long as I take the lashes off, clean the makeup off, I should be fine while my eyes heal. Oh, I can't believe you were typing stuff the whole time and it's just not going through in chat. I would probably feel very safe in your area doing anything, any kind of work like that. But maybe not so much in the winter because where you live is pretty freaky. I'm not much of a snowy kind of drivey kind of in the snow kind of person. Hey Kumar, how are you? So Jack Harry wants to know, if when I go to the gym, just stop right there, I don't go to the gym. Okay? Do I look like a person who would go to a gym and want to get cooties from someone like you, Jack Harry? No. I don't go to gyms. They're disgusting and full of disgusting people with disgusting diseases, probably. In fact, Molly, you know the guy who kidnapped one of my best friends and her kid out of the driveway? He was really into the gym, and he worked out at the gym and was really like kind of weird and like obsessed with the gym. So I don't really know if I trust people who go to the gym anymore. If you go to the gym, you just might be a pedophile, so, and a kidnapper. Nobody cares, Genevieve. This whole chat is full of people trying to make their lives better too. Do they want a chest or a medal to pin it on? Or do they want a medal or a chest to pin it on? That's what it is. Welcome to the chat, Genevieve. How are you tonight? One of my fairy godchildren's name is Genevieve. It's a very pretty name. Wow, they actually have tires that carve out ice? Like, what planet have I been on? I guess not the part of the planet where it snows or has ice, huh? Alright, I'm going to do a free collective message. See what spirit messages have for us today. Do I see a little cutie puppy bear? Okay, you want to see my feet? Just go and look at any Greek statue. Pretty much once you see a Greek statue, you've seen all Greek people naked. So, have fun. Uh-oh, what? Uh-oh, what? Are you okay? Okay, alright. We got puppies. Are you guys the free collective spirit messages today? I hope so. And the message is, give us cookies. Right? Give us cookies. You and Missy have had too many cookies today. Well, I've had too many cookies today. Molly, if you're there and you want to do your reading, you can go ahead and send your question in text message if you want. Or you can put the question in the chat. I think I pretty much know what you want to ask. I think I know what you want to ask, sweetheart. So it's up to you. I can either get started or you can send me a question. But you know what, Genevieve, back to the working out thing. I find it so much more, now don't get me wrong, I've been to a gym, but I find it personally so much more thrilling to be outside and working out with nature, like working out in nature. If it's cold outside, you know, I just love to go for a nice brisk walk, even if I'm on the crutches. Nice summer day, same thing. I hate being cooped up in a gym. They just stink so bad to me. I just cannot even. Plus, I have agoraphobia. I'm a recovering agoraphobic, so you would never find somebody like me in a place like that in 2025. I'm so glad that you have good chemistry, because you can't have good chemistry unless you have a good connection, and you can't make a connection. You guys just have it, Molly. And that's the great thing about about it. Thank you so much, Meryl. I appreciate that. It's very kind and generous of you. If there's any specific thing that you might want me to ask about, ask your most trusted and strongest spirit guides, Meryl, let me know. And you just want to see, okay, Molly, so you just want to see where it's going, huh? Okay, what do we need to know about New Year's Eve this year? Okay, that's a good question. We can get into that. Let's see. Spirit, I'm calling forth Molly's most trusted and strongest spirit guide. Spirit, what does she need to know about where this is going with Tom? Yeah, I love nothing more than, I love working out every day. Like, that's something I really love doing. Like, there's just something about, you know, there's just something about physically moving and getting, you know, getting into my physical therapy every day that has actually, I mean, I don't know, I think it's probably like the best thing that ever happened to me was actually having to do physical therapy every day. Because it's actually kept me working out and more physically fit since I got in the car accident. So I'm going to have to clarify this card, Molly, with a couple of other different love tarot kind of cards, because we got a reverse card. And I hate to say reverse card, but I think what it's mostly saying is that where it's going is it might feel a little bit reversed right now because of what you're going through. You might be feeling that it's going, like it might turn upside down and maybe not be going in your favor, but Spirit's saying don't worry too much about it not working out in your favor, because just because you got a reversed Queen of Cups here. I'm just going to clarify it a little bit with the actual love tarot. Spirit, what does Molly need to know about this reversed Queen of Cups regarding where her and Tom are going with their connection, their chemistry, their whatever it is they've started with their love story? Okay, Spirit's just saying you might feel a little bit down, like it's going to turn into something that doesn't like serve you, like all the other relationships have gone south, but that's just not the truth. This one's a little bit more like a wild card, a little bit more like an ace up your sleeve. It's really going to be what you choose. You want mystery, you've got mystery. Okay, you want romance, you've got romance. But you have to trust the process and the Wheel of Fortune, because what you do have is something very, you know, you're very lucky to have, because not many people are very lucky to have what you do have with this person. So as the wheel of life turns in this Wheel of Fortune, you will probably see each other through good times and bad times. That's where it's going, as friends. And even though you guys might not know where you're going, because they're both clearly have blindfolds on, it's almost saying like you both are kind of blind. Both are kind of blindfolded to what the future might look and feel like, but you both do know what you want, and that's what's important. But I just want you to make sure, like, before you get pregnant, before you get married, before you commit, that you actually see for yourself if this is someone who can commit to all that. Okay? Because sometimes people get into relationships, Molly, and they don't realize that they might just not be the right fit for each other for a while. But at the same time, it's also I would also say it's kind of fun and agreeable to just get into something that feels right, just because it's in front of you. You know, whether you know all that stuff or not. Do you see what I'm saying? Like the one of the main reasons that I ended my last relationship was because I felt like I was abandoned emotionally. So if I was to have children or make a family with that person, I would feel they would be emotionally abandoned as well. I just saw myself doing all the housework, the cleaning, the cooking, the working, the bringing home the bacon, and the raising the kids by myself kind of thing. So I was like, yeah, you kind of know when you get a dog with someone and they're not feeding it, walking it, caring for it, nurturing it, that they're probably not going to be the best parent, let alone the best partner. So I'm not saying like move in together and get a puppy or anything, but I am saying, you know, think about these things. You don't have to always, you know, be the one that wears the pants. So let me just get a couple more cards for you and see what else you need to know right now. And then we'll get into Meryl's reading. We need the candy cane headpiece. I can get the candy cane headpiece. It's white stripes here every day anyways. Spirit, what else does she need to know? So, yeah, so believe nothing that you hear and only half of what you see. Why should she be doing that, Spirit, regarding Tom? What do you mean, believe nothing that you hear and only half of what you see? No vacancy. Okay, so so God is answering you through these tarot cards and oracle cards. The oracle card you got was just like, my God has answered. Sorry, I didn't mean to put that down so quickly. But it's basically saying, okay, so what, you know, leave mystery to it, believe nothing that you hear and only half of what you see. It's like, you know, focus more on what you are feeling, what your intuition is saying, following that inner compass, and give no vacancy to anything that doesn't serve you. I mean, I'm quite serious. If he starts treating you weird, not communicating, you know, tell him how you feel about it before you just cut him off, but also don't fall into the trap of giving any kind of vacancy to thoughts that he might, you know, go down this path with you and it not turn out in your favor. Because it can turn out in your favor. You can have your beautiful love story with him. But, you know, do it because it feels right. You're absolutely think and feel and believe that you're going to be, you know, happy with it. I think you will be happy with it, but you just have to decide what you want. I'm not really sure why you're sitting on the floor staring at the guitar, whining, but maybe you wish you had opposable thumbs to play it. So yeah, just focus on putting your focus back on you once he does leave, okay, to go home. And just enjoy what you have with him is really what I feel these cards also say. Don't worry about anything, because that's not what having fun is about. Having fun is not about having to worry about having fun. Just have fun. But if he does start to cramp your style, then just, there's nothing wrong with piecing out too. Hey Ari, how are you, sweetheart? The trolls are back in town. Shadow Glocks, are you a Satanist? Is there really anything here to suggest that I'm a Satanist? Are you daft? Are you flat-brained? I mean, really, come on. I'm sitting here talking to someone about her relationship with a guy, and you're like asking me if I'm a Satanist? Are you a detachable penis? Anyways. Oh, and look at Bronson. Such a sociopathic narcissist that he thinks he's impregnated a horse. As if a horse would give you the time of day. You must also be flat-brained. look, there's your name, and now it's hidden. Does this look like a channel that knows anything about milk? No. Okay, Meryl, let's do your reading, sweetheart. Thank you so much, Ari. How was your Christmas? Did you get to spend it with your mom? Why am I ignoring you? Because I'm about to do a paid tarot card reading for somebody. I apologize, and I'm fantastic. Oh no, you didn't get to see your mom for Christmas? Oh, it sounds so depressing. Only because she's alive. If my mom was still alive, you wild horses couldn't drag me away. So you better go see your mom, or I'm going to give you a spanking, Ari. Virtually. Are you okay? You got itchy ears? What's going on? Was it just like because I sighed on your face and it made your ears feel sensitive? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, though. Her name is Gypsy with a J, right? No, please don't put your tongue on me. Yeah, she did it anyways. She has such a long tongue, it's disgusting. So I have to be careful because I don't know if she's a dog or a frog. Big yawn. What a big yawn. You so tired. You know, I haven't seen you take a nap today. Maybe one. And you know, dogs are supposed to get 17 hours of sleep a day. Yeah. You better go over there and go night-night with your cookie bag. Yep. She's got a long tongue. You want to show them your tongue? Hmm? You want to show them your tongue? All right, Meryl, let's do your reading, sweetheart. So what do we need to know about Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's, today, whatever was your question? Let's see. Okay. What do we need to know about New Year's Eve this year? All right. We need to know about New Year's Eve this year. Yes, no, and hell no. That's so cute. I don't think that the chat's going to let you say that. Spirit, I'm calling forth our most trusted and strongest spirit guides as a collective. What is Meryl? What do we need to know? What do we need to know about New Year's Eve? The question was... what do we need to know about New Year's Eve this year? Okay then. Half the deck has fallen on the floor now, but that's okay. It kind of felt more like when the cards fall, honestly, it really does feel like there is something around me that kind of just knocks them out of the pile or out of my hand. Where are you trying to go? You trying to go down? All right, run away. put her down, and now she wants me. Should you leave your wife? Oh well. Spirit, I'm calling forth our most trusted and strong spirit guides. What do we need to know about, what does Meryl need to know? What do we need to know? What do we all need to know about New Year's Eve this year? Well, Spirit says, I see that you are here and I'm glad. So I'm thinking that Spirit's saying they hope to see you here. If you get any free time to come by. Carry your weather. Carry your weather. Carry your weather. Spell it out. Carry your weather. I feel like it's telling everybody, make sure you check the weather if you're going out that night or if you're working that day. I think that's important stuff to Spirit right now. Carry your weather. You know, it's time for looking forward at what is good and what will be good instead of looking back throughout the year at what was bad. If you do start to look back at the year, what was bad, what was sad, and God Lordy knows what a fight. Laura, hi sweetheart. How are you, honey? I almost didn't make it to this live either. I know last night I said I was going to come back, but I was so sick. But tonight I was almost sick and couldn't do the live, but I'm better now. I promise you guys, I'm not sick. I'm just getting better. So what I think is happening here, what we need to know about New Year's Eve, the Spirit is saying, you know, if there is something that you want to do, spell it out. Clearly let people know there's something special you might want to do. But Spirit's saying clearly that they are spelling out something for you here, and carry your weather, and I see that you're here and I'm glad. So I think Spirit's looking forward to maybe seeing some of you here on New Year's Eve. But also while you're out on New Year's Eve or whatever you're doing, make sure you're aware of the weather. Make sure you're not only aware of the weather in the areas that you're going to be in so that you, for your own safety, but also what weather's going on up here. Okay? Like where are you emotionally, spiritually, you know, and to be, you know, you've got sunshine, rainbow, a little bit of storm, a little bit of snow, a little bit of stars. Just keep your chin up and pay attention and be aware of your surroundings for your safety and your well-being and your mental well-being, because we do have 3 reversed cards from the Golden Girls deck, and they're 3 reversed Rose Nylons. Now, we know that when Rose was at her best, you know, she's funny, she's quirky, and she can be a lot of fun. But when she wasn't at her best, she was quite terrible in the fact that, you know, even though her jokes were still funny, you know, it just didn't look good on her. In fact, none of that stuff looked good on any of the Golden Girls. But we've got the reversed 7 of Cups, reversed Temperance, and reversed Sun, showing that there may be a little bit of worry about New Year's Eve. You know, will we be able to figure out what we want to do? And will we enjoy that once we figure that out? There might be some more impulsive energy to delve or emerge or re-emerge yourself into something a little bit more toxic and a little less joyful and wholesome and and good. So it could also be saying and suggesting that if you guys are feeling bummed out about New Year's Eve, if you guys are feeling impulsive about just going out there and doing whatever and not getting a fudge what you get into, just make sure that you are coming by to see me on the live that night and see Spirit too, and make sure where did that other card go? Yeah, carry your weather. Be good to yourself with your thoughts on that day. Plan in regards to what you're, you know, what you're going to be doing in the not too distant future. Is it going to be good weather in your head and good things to experience, or are you going to look back at this year again and again and again and again and focus more on what doesn't serve you? We're not doing that in 2026. You're setting new rules for yourself, new boundaries for yourself. I'm like one of those people, I like to start on my New Year's resolutions early or just don't make them. And my New Year's resolutions are I'm breaking up with Kraft macaroni and cheese. Anything that's biochemically engineered at the supermarket, it actually says it. I'm going to have to do a lot of research on foods. I don't eat a lot of processed foods, but I just want to completely eliminate them. I want to completely eliminate processed foods. Oh, I know carry your own weather sounds like your own baggage, but it is essentially saying that. But it's also talking about, I think, many other things within regards to being aware of what's going on around you as well. Like, intuitively. Let me catch up with this chat real quick. We have 2 more cards, by the way. I just haven't finished yet. Should you change your name to Dutch? It's such a lover. No, you should change your name to Dutch Oven Lover. And then you'll be as amazing as Julia Childs, who also loved Dutch ovens and cooked a lot of her food in them. So we have the Empress and the Lovers card. So there's a whole lot of love to go around on New Year's Eve. Make the choices that you make. Change your name to I Buy Baby. That's cute. Make sure that the choices that you make are choices and decisions that are loving ones. Loving choices and decisions from loving thoughts, loving actions, and caring ones for yourself as well as others, okay? Nurture yourself. Nurture yourself. Nurture yourself. Have a good time. You were sent here to have fun. You might be a little bit worried that New Year's Eve might be a little bit odd, but that's what New Year's Eve is supposed to be. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to be made to feel awkward, you know? Y'all better show up at midnight and give me a kiss. Or I will curse you. No, I'm kidding. I don't believe in curses. I'm just trying to be funny. It's just, I'm not very good at that either. Yeah. But you know what? I really like Annie's shells and cheddar. So if it's Annie's shells and cheddar and it's not GMO or it's not biochemically engineered like the macaroni and cheese they give us at the food pantry, I'll eat it. Or if I make my own pasta and my own cheese sauce, I'll still eat mac and cheese, but what, Annie's shells and cheddar is $4 a box in California? Wait. It's only $1 here. Would you like me to send you some? You want to send me $4 and I'll send you 4 boxes. I'll send you 4 boxes of Annie's shells and cheddar, although it'll probably cost me $10. But I'm serious, like Annie's shells and cheddar in a box is only $1. It is $1 there. Wow, I'm surprised it's not $1 in the other stores. That's crazy. That's crazy to me, Mom. I don't think I've ever paid more than $1 for Annie's shells and cheddar. I mean, unless they're like you know, selling fake knockoff Annie shells and cheddar like the way they sell off fake Fendi bags and Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton. Who likes that shit anyway? It's part of my French. But that stuff is the ugliest stuff I've ever seen. If any of you bring me a Louis Vuitton bag, you just don't. Please don't. Don't buy those things. They're ugly. Unless they're pink. I've only seen one pink one ever, and it was like a light baby pink and it's vintage. You prefer Kraft macaroni and cheese? Kraft is good. I had some the other day when I was terribly sick. And I tried that weird mayo in your mac and cheese hillbilly stuff. That wasn't too bad. I might be able to do that again. 11/11. I wish that macaroni and cheese wasn't processed food. There. That's my 11/11 wish. Oh. You heard Sarah's do not do what? Molly, call that bitch. Be like, bitch, you broke my vein. Come fix it, whore. That's your fucking job, nurse. Pardon my French. I don't usually talk like that, but she's having a pancreatitis. I'll never forget when my sister had one of those, and they called me and they told me that they were going to give her emergency surgery and take out her gallbladder. Wow, her gallbladder. I can't English tonight. Like the substance? Like, wait, what do you mean, the substance? I'm just kidding. I know what you're talking about. But I don't know what you're talking about, so. Because I'm a noob. I are noob. So where are you from, Dutch oven? Dutch oven boy, girl, thing? So yeah, a whole lot of love to go around, Meryl, for that New Year's Eve. A whole lot of love to go around, so don't get too lost in go places like this. Lord knows that's true. You're staying in the Heartlands currently, but you plan on moving west. Meryl, have you seen any more birds since you saw the one on Christmas? I've been meaning to tell you that You know, I think that that was definitely a very special moment between you and the universe. And that it was like the universe telling you, you know, like, you're a survivor, man. Just like that little bird. I'm pretty sure that bird's fine. It was late afternoon, early evening, correct? That it had stopped there for a moment. It probably got a pause from the snowstorm. Went and drank some water from whatever snow might have been there, and then took off. Yeah, I think it was early afternoon. I think it was like 4 or 5 o'clock. So the sun was going down where you were at that time. So it was probably very normal and natural for it to start looking for food or water before nesting for the night. Because one way that birds stay warm at night is they drink water if it's available. They'll even, you know, get the hydration they need from snow. And then what happens is they go into something called torpor, which is like, it's kind of like a animated death. So imagine like, you know, when a snake gets cold, it'll kind of go into hibernation. But in this case, what happens is it's not so much hibernation as much as it is the body reduces its own body heat because it's cold, and then the warm liquid in the bird's body keeps it warm because it's conserving its body heat with the feathers, which the feathers are, they are waterproof. So probably he went into some very thick, dense trees, like cypress trees or any kind of fern trees, pine trees. You have greens that stay green in the winter and survive that shit. Bushes, they live in that stuff. And it's very easy for them to survive in that kind of weather, in that kind of environment for short amounts of time, as long as they have, you know, some kind of hydration, so that the body heat warms up that water in their stomach. And you have to remember something about birds. Some birds have 1, 2, 3, 4 multiple stomachs that do different things. So it was unable to fly. So you're telling me that when you saw that bird, it was dumping snow? Thank you so much for your payment, Metal Rain. What are your questions, dear? Well, it was a warbler, which I find interesting. Okay, take your time, Ellery. So yeah, some warblers can survive snow, especially the yellow rumped warbler and the orange crowned warbler, which I believe it was the yellow rumped warbler that you sent me. They adapt to eating berries, like bayberries and insects that might still exist. Not that I could see that any insects would be existing there, but you do have berries. Yeah, most warblers are insectivores, so they must migrate to warmer areas to find food. I wonder if there was some kind of insects that it found to eat, so it stayed longer. Yeah, it's gonna be fine though. It was fine. They build up fat reserves, so they don't. you know, so that when that winter comes, you know, if they get caught up in that, it will save their lives. Plus, you know. No, they don't, warblers don't eat snakes. They eat bugs. But, they can, definitely, probably eat some worms. I wonder if warblers go into torpor. Let me see. Do warblers... Not... Because not all birds go into torpor, but... And torpor just kind of helps them to... It slows down their metabolism and helps them to survive cold weather. Especially when food is scarce, so they can survive. So yeah, warbler species can enter a state of torpor, which is a short-term controlled hyperthermia used to conserve energy. However, most warblers rely primarily on migration to survive the winter. They do, they do. So, yeah, it's definitely a yellow-rumped warbler. It'd be the only warbler up there that could survive that. Or it didn't look like an orange-crowned. It didn't look like a Townsend warbler. It had that little green patch on its crown. Probably what you could do for any animals that might still be there is just feed them what you can. Yeah, their diet changes seasonally, so if there's any kind of fruit or seed or nectar, especially when insects are, you know, scarce. But yeah, they love fruits, berries, nectar, honeydew, melon. Yeah, I could go on all day about birds. You're feeding the bears? What? A snake swallowed a porcupine and died as a result. That's terrible. Did the porcupine live? I forgot you have bears up there. Let's smoke together. But I don't smoke. Yeah, I can't imagine, imagine why, you wouldn't be able to find some kind of food for the birds that might still be there. Hey Phoenix, welcome to the Chammy. How are you? What's in the state flag? The snake? Bears. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bears. Yeah. That's right. Because the California flag has the bear on it, and I remember that because that's the flag that the band Rooney uses, and that's like my favorite band, and they're from California. So yeah. My lights turned orange. Yeah, 7's a pretty good number. That's probably my pain level right now. Oh my god, bears and coyotes. You're so lucky. Not. Please be careful. Okay? I would like my lady friend with an Adam's apple to be safe and happy and healthy and whole and not get eaten by a bear. Okay? Please, y'all, don't get eaten by bears and coyotes or whatever the hell's out there wherever the hell you live in the nowhere lands, okay? I'll be right here in the city when you're ready to return. You can help all the warblers you want. But I guess you're afraid that maybe if you put birdseed, food, things like that out for it, the bears and the coyotes will come? They'll be too afraid, don't you think? Well, maybe not the bears. They're pretty abrasive. And if coyotes are hungry enough, they'll eat your car. The bear will take your car. But, hi Fiona, how are you, sweetheart? But they do have feeders that you can protect from things like that. Do you have any trees that have any berries on them? They might have been attracted to that. How's your day been, Fiona? Did you have a good Christmas? I finally got the tree going. The battery thing works great, except this battery likes to fall out. I don't know why. That's probably why this tree was 50% off at the gift shop at the hospital. It's so bright though. Maybe if I turn down the brightness, you'll be able to see it better. I don't know. Oh, I'm a dork. I turned down the volume instead. Maybe the lights will. Yeah, it doesn't seem to help. I don't know. You can't see the glitter. The pretty glitter moving around in there. It's even better when it's plugged in because it's like supercharged when it's plugged in and it just, all the glitter goes crazy. Laura has one. Laura says she has one. I hate that you can't see the glitter. It just looks like a big glowy tree instead. But maybe if I turn it off, you can see the glitter moving around in it now. Look how pretty that glitter is. It's so cool. Hold it by my torso. Well, the battery's gonna fall out. Let's see if the battery will work now. This doesn't hold the battery in. Oh, see, it's still a glowing tower of Okay, I can't see the glitter. Yep, still flashlight. A cool flashlight. You can kind of see it when I tip it like that. Damn tree. It's my Christmas tree lightsaber. Oh, the battery fell. Oh, the battery went back in. Oh, the battery. Hey, Yvette, how are you, sweetheart? How was your Christmas, love? Did you have a good Christmas? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Is that a beautiful Christmas gift? Well, yeah, I bought it last year when my dad was in the hospital for Christmas. I got it at the gift store. So we used that as a Christmas tree at the hospital until I could bring him home. But yeah, I had a good Christmas. I hope you had a good Christmas. Okay, cool. Your questions are ready. Put your questions in the chat. I can't believe that YouTube censored I spent it with my daughter, mothers, and friends. But they can't seem to censor, is it pink or brown? Okay, YouTube, whatever. Okay, what's next in love between me and Alana? Anything good happening in 2026 for me? How is love in the first half of 2026 looking? Excuse me. And not only Metal Rain will you get a free one with this reading, you'll get a buy one get one free, but you'll also get a free yes or no question. If you want to save your free yes or no question and your free reading for later, we can do that later. You can do the free yes or no question this time around if you want. Whatever is clever. Everything you need to know is in the description. Let's go ahead and get into your reading and see what you need to know. And trust me, if you were peeing out of your butt, you would not be able to have typed that, so nobody cares. Trust me, I know these things. Okay? Obviously, you have no empathy for people who are sick or dying of cancer or might actually have illnesses that cause that kind of thing. So I don't even think that you should be timed out. I think you should just be hidden and reported. And then that way Google can track your IP address and realize that you're not a genuine part of the community of anybody on YouTube. That you're just a harassing bully. So keep acting like that on chats, and you soon too will have absolutely no credibility on YouTube. And Google will just shadow ban your IP address. And it won't work if you use a VPN either. I mean, it might for a little bit, but they're gonna know it's you anyway, so. And then that'll just make it harder for any channel you have to grow. It'll make it more difficult for you to even enjoy the whole YouTube experience. So you probably aren't having a good YouTube experience anyways because of how you're acting in chats. Well, I do hope that you find yourself meeting yourself more deeper, and that you become the best version of yourself who doesn't go to any place and act like that. Even flat-brained people have more tact and finesse than you do. What's your name? Bubba Hubba. Okay, so yes, if I see you guys moving forward into something a little bit more intimate, maybe not sexual, Metal Rain, but some kind of intimacy regarding your connection with Alana. I say you're moving forward because you have the Chariot. I say that you're moving forward into something a little bit more intimate because of the Devil. I say that you're moving into some kind of new beginning where you definitely will both talk about it before you act upon it. And it could be as simple as seeing a movie together, having a cup of coffee together, and sharing your time together. It could be as simple as, you know, you chatted all night long and you fall asleep on the phone together. It could be a simple gesture of a gift, or just taking care of each other, nurturing each other in your friendship and your connection. In regards to anything good happening to you in 2026, yeah, I think that there's going to be more people wanting to help take care of you. And I also feel in this Emperor card, there's going to be a lot more income for you to have and to experience in your hand, so that you might be seeing the world a little bit more because of that as well. I see you doing some traveling. And Spirit says rest, 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 rest. Okay. Spirit, how is love for Metal Rain in the first half of 2026? Okay, so my readings are only good for up to 6 to 8 weeks, so let's see what we get here. Temperance is a pretty good card to get. Love looks like it's going to be taking its time, but still remember that Two of Cups is there in the Angel's hand, and then you've got this third cup on the Magician's table. I think there's going to be a whole lot of love to go around. I think that the love thing is going to be many different kinds of love coming from many different people who are special to you in many different ways. And a celebration of that love. Yeah. But, you know, remember, you are the magic wand. So what do you want the next scene to be, Metal Rain? You're the one that will ultimately choose what you want the next scene to be. It's not always random. It's not always fate and destiny. It can be pure magic, and that you create, that spell is you. You cast the spell. You cast the love. You are the love spell. You are the magic wand. So with that kind of power in your hand, you know, you've already turned your back on somebody that really doesn't serve you. And in somehow, some way, I really wish that Gemma was with you every day instead of the other way around. But, you know, you can still manifest that. And the way that you do that, Metal Rain, is you don't worry about how that works itself out. You just know it will. That Gemma was meant to be yours, and some way, somehow, Gemma will be. And you let the universe work it out, taking care of her and protecting her. You rest and let the universe take care of it for you. You're literally co-conspiring with the universe to have the love story you want, have the friend story you want, the success you want, the money, the income. It's all the same. You don't have to even believe in it. All you have to do is trust yourself and that what you desire was always meant to be yours. How Metal Rain got his groove back. Alright. Let me know what you want to do about the free reading, Metal. Or the free yes or no question. Thank you, Yvette, for your payment, sweetheart. Yeah, it does. It does have you on a better path for sure. You don't need to be having, you know, a crisis, you know, because she decides to fuck off, pardon my French. You know what I mean? It's like I was telling Molly earlier. You can't just, I mean, you can't just be sure 100% right now about what's happening and where you're going, but yet you feel it intuitively about what's happening and what's going, and you got to trust that, you know. And even if the person that she's seeing right now or hanging out with wants to get her pregnant, well, that's a great want, but can he afford a child? Does he have the patience to raise a child? Does he have the empathy and compassion and care to do that? I mean, it's really easy for a guy to say, I want to get you pregnant. Okay, especially when he's only thinking about what it takes to get her pregnant, not thinking about, you know, the weeks and nights and many years of getting thrown up on and taking care of that child and all the things that go into it. You know, and if he can't keep a job, how's he going to raise a child? If he doesn't have income, how's he going to raise a child? Well, then he's got to be I don't know, he either is independently wealthy and doesn't need to think about things like that, or, you know, he's just not the one right now. But I think that you can put your, like, here's the thing I think that happens to a lot of people. I think that they spend a better part of their lives alone, so they do just go for what's right in front of them. And then they're just so happy to be having that experience because they haven't had it for so long or in a long time or ever, that they get overwhelmed with it and they stop thinking about themselves and they start thinking about all this other stuff that they never had or didn't experience. And it makes them experience the things that maybe they didn't really want to experience, and instead of experiencing what they did want to experience, which was just having a good time. That's why her most trusted and strongest spirit guides tonight told her, just enjoy what it is. You know? Some people like to have sex and then decide where they're going from there. Some people like to decide where they're going before they put the penis into the vagina. You just have to decide which one is more comfortable for you, I guess. And try something different. Maybe if putting the penis in the vagina and then figuring out where you're going is easier for you, then do it. If it's not working for you, stop doing it and try something different. Like maybe thinking about where you guys are going and talking about it before you put the penis in the vagina. Okay? Because I tell you one thing. Nobody's going to be putting any penises in any vaginas around here unless I know where the fuck we're going and you got the roadmap or I do. Okay? Because I might have to pee something fierce at some point. And I'm just not going to be left high and dry wondering what the fuck we are and where the fuck we're going in this outer space. And that's just the kind of person I personally am. Metal Rain, Molly, anybody sitting here in chat. And I think I've even been guilty of being like, oh man, it's been so long since I've hung out with somebody, had a good time, or, you know, even felt remotely, you know, connected to someone, that it's like, it's easy to kind of fall into the trap of, you know, having the high from that experience, that natural dopamine high from that experience, and then next thing you realize it maybe wasn't so much what you had thought it was, it's just you were lonely all to begin with. So that bit of comfort, hey Crystal, welcome to the Chammy, how are you, sweetheart? That bit of comfort led you into thinking or believing that there maybe was something there, and there very well could be something there, but you can't just make a connection. Okay, and when you start to lose the chemistry, you know, you have to question the connection. When you do have chemistry, that's great. Keep building upon the chemistry through your connection, because you can't have chemistry. I don't think that you can have chemistry that you can build upon unless you really do have some kind of connection. And you can't just make a connection. Thanks, Crystal. I appreciate that. Hey, G. Hermander. Yvette, are you there, dear, so we can do your reading? I don't see Yvette. But, I'll be right back. I'm going to try to email her, and I'm going to get a drink. Stormy, what you said made me think of the song Dancing in the Dark. Dancing in the D-A-R-K, D-A-R-K, dark, dark, dark. Yeah, it's an interesting song. I'll be right back. I'm gonna give Fiona a few minutes to come back. If she's not back in a few minutes, I'm going to go for the night because I'm starting to not feel good again. And I can always do her reading for her through email. In fact, I should probably take my antibiotic now and then go to bed in a little bit. Cancer's a handful? No. Yeah, I definitely gotta go. I'm feeling so hot. I know Gemma's not yours to take, but she could be yours to keep. Yeah, I haven't been feeling too Taylor Swift. But I'm gonna be better. I'm getting better. I'm feeling a lot better than I was a week ago when I went to the ER. Well, let's see. Well, there's no ranch strain. There's Jelly Rancher. At 27.5% THC. So I would say, you know, so good if you got it. The dog is a beautiful dog. I kind of think that dog has the spirit of a human being in it that's stuck in a dog. That's Gemma's vibe to me. Alright, I'm doing a free collective message and then we're all going home and gonna watch Johnny Carson and go to bed for the night. Which it's actually Jimmy Kimmel now, but I feel like it's gonna be this card. The Impeccability number 25, direction north. Color white. Move into the place of perfection within you. That place of truth, that place of responsibility, competence, and intuition. Collect your discipline like a Buddha meditating in a garden of snow. Impeccability in an area of strength that continues to flame within, maintaining your power and your intent. This flame burns in your center always, including the level of your capabilities and your effectiveness in bringing events into your being. Impeccability is tended by the intentions of your sacred witness, that person within you who constantly observes the target. So gather your power with impeccability, with the intensity of a rubber band pulled and held at a breaking point, and focus your intent for the job about to be done. Such a beautiful card. Yeah, send me a pic of the other dog. That would be great. I'd love to see a picture of it. Alright, you guys, thank you so much tonight for your time and hanging out with me and just chatting. It's been a lot of fun. I wish Yvette was back, but I'm gonna have to email her and tell her we'll do a reading tomorrow, because I'm starting to feel pretty sick. I probably couldn't do a reading for her if I tried right now. So I'm gonna email her now in front of you guys so you know it that I sent her. Okay. Hey Yvette, let's do your reading privately, or we can do it tomorrow on the live. I didn't see you come back after you made your payment, and I've been waiting for you, but I'm just starting to not feel well. So, let's catch up soon, dear. Oh, you're so welcome, Meryl. You're so welcome. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to give you a reading. Alright. I'm gonna say goodnight. Be good to yourself with your thoughts. Come see me tomorrow. Music is sacred and no prison will